likes. So guys, today's topic is again in installation of QRadar WinCollect. So today you can just download from IBM by typing IBM WinCollect download. Just click over here by using your credential. You can use just we have created some credential earlier. You know we have signed up with by using IBM and all. So just click over here. It will ask for the username and password, and you will get the direct link. So you will get some link over here, and first and foremost it will provide it to the for the sake of see if it is 7.4.0, that means see it will say for which version it will applies. So it is applies to version 7.4.0. It always say if your system is running with 7.4.2, it will be given with 7.4.2 directly, or you can say on the basis of that you can come to know whether this if it is 7.3.3, it will provide something 7.3.3 QRadar WinCollect update. See something like that. Okay. Check before you are downloading. If you check the 7.3.0, you will also get those. So I am checking for the platform now for 7.3.0. Sorry, it was not changed. 7.3.0 and all submit. Yeah, now it is a platform for 7.3.0 like that. See. We will talk about this fix center specific day. Okay, what are the topic, how to download your patches, upgrades and updates, and what is the meaning of each and every. See, there are so many patches you will see over here. See there is a there are so many things that are available over here. If you go and see on the term, you can see there are so many things. We will discuss about each and every term and what is the meaning of it, how to download this particular one by one. Okay, so first we will talk about WinCollect. See, this is over here for 7.3 and the version 7.3 includes 7.3.1, 7.3.2, 7.3.3 like that. So for this agent will work out for your 32-bit and this is for 64-bit. Like that you will get the agent. You can just download it, just click over it. It will give the link again. If you are already signed up or you can signed into the IBM support, then it will automatically download it. So I have downloaded and kept over in my system. See, there is something where it has gone. Yeah, there is some WinCollect agent is there. See, for me there is two things are available. See, there is a WinCollect 3.0. This is a patch for 64-bit. Why? Because my system is 64-bit. My system is 64-bit. That's why for 64-bit you can also have an option to install 32-bit version also. Why? Because 64 can also adopt 34-bit versions, but 32-bit versions cannot adopt 64-bit versions. So check the compatibility. If it is 64-bit, you better download 64-bit versions only. Else, according to your requirement, some of the organization may have 32 both 64 version in their organization. So you download accordingly. You keep both the files in your you can say drive or some location, so that it will be helpful for you to install as and when required. It's a small agent. It is around 20, not even 20 MB. It is 8 MB file only. So how to install? So for the WinCollect, there are two methodologies there. So one thing is called standalone methodology. You can say that means it will send from here and it will configure at your system only. That is at client side you can configure entire thing and you can start forwarding the logs to your QRadar. So there is another methodology is also there. That is what called WinCollect Managed Edition. Managed Edition is something called you can manage this particular WinCollect from your QRadar also. You can upgrade WinCollect from QRadar itself. You can upgrade, you can stop, you can pause, you can handle that service from here to from QRadar to this particular client. Okay. So that is what called WinCollect managed version. So first of all we will see one is called standalone edition. So that is something like see you people have a basic idea of what is a workgroup PC, what is a domain PC. Workgroup PC is something like independent PC and domain PC is something called it can impose a domain controller. It can manage by domain controller. So like that there is something called standalone version, there is a WinCollect managed version. Managed version is something called QRadar is a domain controller. It can send the policies, it can stop, it can start, it can upgrade and something like. See, it can push some policies over here with respect to WinCollect particular service only. It won't go beyond that. It don't have any option beyond that. It can only handle that particular WinCollect service from the QRadar option. See, we will see how to do those things in tomorrow's class. Till today, we will have a this particular unmanaged version. So what will I do? Just example, consider this is your server. My system is your server. So what is my before going for installation, I have to check some of the things. First and foremost, this is my QRadar. See, I have to check first whether my QRadar is pingable or not. See, from your client or vice versa, you can check first. Ping 192.168. Sorry, 154.1. I think, yeah. See, my system is now pinging. That means my base machine is able to have a communication with your QRadar. But in another manner, see, if you check from here, you wanna check QRadar's IP, you may not get the ping. But for this thing, you won't get the ping. Why? Because sorry, it's already I have typed multiple times. See, you won't get any ping. Why? Because this QRadar has a hardening part of, you can say this firewall is up, and moreover the ICMP is blocked in your firewall system. If at all you want to disable that particular firewall, it may misbehave. So better avoid do. Instead of checking the connection, you check from your QRadar to that particular server. Okay. So if it is connect at one side, that means at the other side also it is connected. Okay. So now the condition is we know what is the client, what is the destination, and we know the destination IP where we want to send logs. Everything is perfect, and I have downloaded WinCollect. So this is my WinCollect. So just double click. There is nothing specific. Just double click. You will get a wizard. Press S. See, it will ask for some basic settings. Next, it is asking some license terms and licenses. You need to accept, else you can't go forward. You can take a print for if you are more interested to understand what is license, what is the see what is the license terms and conditions. Just press next. See, it is asking some username. Username something, who is the user, not extremely. You can give any name over here. You can give WinCollect, or you can say this is my HR machine. So consider this is my HR machine, HR underscore machine. Okay. And what is your organization? You can give any organization. Something I am giving something like Microsoft. I am working in Microsoft, that's why I am giving Microsoft. So see, I press next. So it is asking installation location. This is up to you. Where do you want to install? You can change the folder by using. See, you can go up one level. You can check. You can place in C drive, D drive, E drive, anywhere. By default, the folder is C program files for 64-bit. For 32-bit, it's C program files. That is a cross 86 is there. Then followed by IBM WinCollect is a common location. That is up to you. Wherever you want to install, you can install. If you want to install on C drive, D drive, but the condition is if it is kept it in a program file, that means you can easily identify that particular every data as a application. It is better to keep in a default location only. From my side, there's an advice. Press next. It is asking now. It is asking. See, there is something called managed edition. There is something called standalone edition. Here it is specially giving that WinCollect agent will be managed by QRadar console. That means QRadar will have a control on this particular WinCollect agent. Over here in a standalone machine, that particular WinCollect agent will not managed by QRadar console. That means it doesn't have a control. It is independent now. If you are using standalone edition, it is an independent log forwarder. If you are controlling from manage, that means entire log WinCollect details will be shown at the one location as a you can say one console for WinCollect. There will be one console, and the entire things will be shown there. Okay. So now I'll check standalone. We'll check the standalone edition first. Now I press next. Here it is asking some create log source. So what is the meaning of log source? What is the identifier? Everything. First and foremost, by default it is taking the host name of my system. See, if you check my properties, see, this is my device name, that is my computer name. It is by default it is taking. This is up to you. You want to give this one or you can change. HR, I can say HR laptop. I can say HR laptop of my organization, and I am giving is a identifier. See, whenever you are asking something, it will always ask for WinCollect. It is asking for log source identifier. By means, whenever there is a log sending from this particular system to that QRadar, it should be identified by this name. Whatever you are giving here now, by this name, as we have seen in some other logs, I said there is a start of the message, there is the end of the message. In between there is something called date and there is something called log source identifier. This one is considered as a log source identifier for every log. See, for this IBM NIPS log is there. For this 192.168.10.111 is the log source identifier. Now I am giving something like Microsoft. You can say, or you can say Bangalore BGLR, or you can say HYD underscore HR underscore laptop. Okay, I am giving something like Hyderabad HR team laptop. Okay, now what are the things that I want to send the logs? Here on the bottom you will get something like security logs. As we have discussed on a event viewer, there is something called event viewer. See, there are so many options. In a Windows log you can send application log, security log, setup log, system log, and there are so many application and services log. What is mean by this? If you are understanding something like, see, there is a DNS services there is a directory services there is something XYZ services. If you are installed in a server, see, by default these 6 services you can send from this particular WinCollect. See, what are the things? That is one is the security logs, as we have seen over here. These are the security logs, setup logs, application logs, system logs, all 4. Got it? Security, system, application. Setup is also included in system only, and followed by, if you have configured DNS server, you can send from here. If you have a replication service, FRS service, or a DFSR service, that is distributed file replication service, then you can send it from here only. There is any AD or you can say Active Directory service, LDAP service you configure, that directory services also. By default I am sending all these. Why? Because I don't know what is this laptop is having. By default I know these are the events or logs, but if you consider this is my AD server, then I have to send these 3 services. Why? Because AD may be integrated with DNS, and AD also AD always it used to have some DFSR service, that is a replication service with respect to sysvol, with respect to all you can say data replication, you can say OU replication, or some replication maybe happens all the time. And there used to be ADSI sites and services which used to use DFSR service for the replication purpose. So we have to give all this for directory, DNS and FRS services. So by default these are the event logs from we are collecting from these 4. Okay, now I press next. So I am giving a log source identifier is Hyderabad HR laptop. Okay, now I press next. What is a destination name? Now it's a point of you can say concern. What is a destination name? What you wanna give here? See, over here actually by default you need to give the QRadar IP. Sorry, QRadar host name. But in my scenario I have not configured any DNS with respect to QRadar, so I am giving something like IP, so that I can be easily understand. That is 154.142. I think 142 only. Yeah, 142. And here it is asking again hostname / IP. Now again I am giving same 192.168.154.142. Here I am not giving destination name. Why? Because I have not configured any DNS, as well as here also I am not giving any host name. Why? Because I have not configured any DNS. By default it uses 514 port. What is 514 port? Can anyone know?
syslog.
Exactly. So I already told you this WinCollect is a bundle configured by IBM, but in turn it uses only syslog services. By here you can, now it is confirmed that it is the only syslog services, but it is configured with respect to Windows. See, there is something called protocol TCP, UDP and TCP TLS. See, you can send it on the basis of UDP. What is UDP? UDP is something called you don't require any acknowledgement for any packet. That is, if the traffic is very high, then you can use UDP to send faster means of forwarding of these logs. If you wanna check the acknowledgement of every event, if your log is more important and you think that every log should be acknowledged if it is reaches to the destination, you can use TCP. And there is an option called TCP TLS. So sometimes your log is more sophisticated, and even on the traffic, you can on the network, no one used to see. So if you are thinking that it should be encrypted over the network, then you can also use this particular TLS, and you have to paste the certificate here. How to the paste certificate on the basis of CER and CRT. CER will be over here, CRT will be at the QRadar. Got it? One is private key and one public key. Public key with the QRadar and private key over here. It may be either of the way, CER or CRT. I don't know exactly method, but if the top version will be here. There is a private key will be over here. The public key will be at the QRadar. Okay. So you can use TCP TLS. So by default I am using UDP, as this is a common protocol for every log source. People used to use this particular UDP protocol for every log. Generally people used to think of this as a non-critical service, but however it is a most critical service for IT security personnel. But for the sake of services and you can say application developers and all, but they used to think that they don't bother about it. If there is no log is there is no log mechanism, still their application will work. If there is no log is there, still the services will work. So this is the least bothered service with respect to services and application developers, you can say development purpose. But for the sake of IT security, it is most important. But it is a common criteria people used to address this with this protocol. So I am also using this protocol only. You can use either, you can change out to TCP also, but again the traffic will be you can say every packet will be get acknowledged, so traffic will be more again, unnecessary traffic. I press next. So here it is giving some pooling interval. What is mean by pooling interval? This means for on every minute, on which second, it is a 3000 millisecond means is as good as 3 seconds, nothing specific. 3000 milliseconds is equal to 3 seconds. That means on every third second it will go and check the event viewer for the fresh logs. Okay, and it will pull these logs from event viewer to QRadar. What is the event rate? See, there is an event profile is there. There are three options. One is default, that is a minimum rate of event production. See, if it is a endpoint, or you can say laptop, or you can workstation, there won't be more logs. See, you consider if in your system how many logs can be generated. It's very less. It may be a typical server. You can say typical server with respect to web server, or you can say application server, or you can say any database server, which may generate somewhat more you can say more event generation may happens. And there is a high rate event server. Exclusively if I talk about AD, if I talk about DHCP, if I talk about you can say external web server, you can say, and you can say any IDS or IPS, you can consider these services used to hit so much of activity regarding request, regarding response, anything. The event rate may be quite high, or you can say request towards this particular server is very high. So there are three options. One is called minimal, that is, you can consider your desktops, laptops, or you can say workstations. And the typical servers, you can consider any small servers you can consider, which may not hit so much of events, or you can say, so you can say exclusively something like database servers and all. And there's a high event rate server, which can consider something like AD, DNS, DHCP, where the request and response is quite high. You can say web server also. So there is a minimum level, optimum level, and threshold level. You can say minimum, optimum, and maximum. Minimum is 100 to 150. There's a generic events that can be processed in every second. In a optimal, it is 500 to 750 events per second, and for a maximum, that is a high event rate, that is 1250 to 1875, or you can say 2000. So like that, you can tune according to that. By this, it can come to know that whether if it is you are configured as a typical server, and if it is more than 750, can't this particular QRadar process these events? It will process, but by over there it will show something like, though you are saying that this is a typical server, it will generate an alert that it is a typical server, but it is generating more logs. It will give some alert that it is not now typical server. You consider it is a high event rate, and you can change it, or you can say why it is generating. If it is generating something like, see, if it is something like default is a minimum 100 to 150, you have tuned as a desktop. If it is generating lakhs and lakhs of you can say events, that means there is a problem with the endpoints. So automatically QRadar will understood that it will generate some alert to you can say analyzer, or you can say help desk team, or you can say any you can say SOC monitor. So why this is, as it is a minimal generating server, but it is generating so much of events, please check it, or you can say it will give an alert to as an offense or something like. For that sake only it is giving this particular profile. It's only exclusively for WinCollect only, not for others. And press next. And there is, see, there is a heartbeat server also there. If you want to configure heartbeat, what is mean by heartbeat? That means you can say, though there is a log event may be there, may not be there, but this heartbeat will be something like, see, on every, see here it is something like every 5 minutes. What is every 5 minutes? You can say disabled to till 1 day. That means I check something like 1 minute. That means on every first 1 minute, what it will do, it will send a hi that I am alive. You can say I am alive in the network. That's the signal to QRadar to understand that this system is live and up and running. You can say. You can also send this log to any other location other than this particular QRadar. You may think that this particular QRadar may be more congested, or you can send it to another syslog server if you want, but it's not necessary. By default, people used to send to QRadar only to make the system understandable that particular log source is up and running. So till now, any doubts? And there's this, again, the particular heartbeat will send on the protocol of UDP. Again, you can send it to TCP also. That's up to you. I'll press next. So the entire thing shown in a command line. See here on the bottom, I can copy this entire thing, copy and paste in a file. If you see this entire file, oh, what happens? See, this is exactly the command. If you want to run through command line, you can just copy it and paste it over there. It will work, no issue. But the condition is this file should be on that particular from where you are running. See, if you are running from desktop, just go to desktop, cd the WinCollect agent. See, sorry, dial is there. See, here is the WinCollect agent is there. You can run this particular command from here now. The entire, if you run with this command, it will run without any issue. This is a graphical edition, this is a command line edition.
But to run this, there should be that WinCollect should be installed, right?
Not installed. See, from here itself it is installing now. See this particular file itself it is installed. It is running. See, WinCollect.exe. with these switches on this installation folder, hotbed interval will be 6, that is 5 minutes, and lock source identifier will be true, and this is a, see there is some this you can say with this HR laptop name, and this is the HR identifier is HR laptop Hyderabad, and this is the destination name, and this is the destination again host name, and this is the 514 port, and I am using UDP protocol. See everything it is giving. Security, see what are the things that I am configuring: security logs, system logs, application logs, DNS logs, this is FRS logs, and directory service logs, followed by it is a pool interval of 3 minutes, and it is a event rate limit is default endpoint, that is a minimum of 100 and a maximum of 150 log process.
But we need to download and keep that WinCollects in some directory, or that will also it will pull from internet.
No. You have to keep it in some of the directory. That's the
Okay,
reason
that I am trying to.
yeah. See,
ask you.
that's why I have gone to that particular directory.
Okay.
See, my directory is over here. See, over here, this is my directory. See, where is my WinCollect? See, this is my directory. I have gone till this location. See, on the system, on the command prompt, I have gone to till this location. See users log desktop and WinCollect agent. Over there, the WinCollect agent is here. So from now, you can run this. But what is the use of this? What is the use of this? See, I am giving this command. There should be some use. Okay. What is the meaning? Why I am explaining this? So
You can install on multiple windows, right?
exactly.
In this command.
With this command, I have created one batch file. If you see the batch file, you can come to know what is that. So I have created one WinCollect agent, and there is a batch file. See, there is a batch file with me. I just edit so that you can come to know. So at the start, after this particular command, see my command is something like this. This is my command with this now what we have configured. Over here I have taken something called host name. I am collecting the host name as a variable, and I pasted somewhere here as a whenever I am selecting as a host name. See, there is a host name and there is a log source identifier. With this I can push this entire installation through SCCM, through group policy. There is a methodology to send this over the network. I can kickstart. I can place in some shared location. I can run this file in every place. If it is continuously picking, then it is automatically installed in every place of your organization, wherever you want to install. You just place this file and run it. It will automatically pick that particular location, everything. So this is one of the methodology to set up a batch file and install in multiple system in a single point of click. Okay, there is nothing specific. I have taken one variable as a understanding some parameters. See, if you go back and see, so what is the common variable factor over here? The variable factor is only one thing. See, this is a variable factor. What is my log source name and what is my log source identifier? It will be always remains variable according to your different computers. Over here I am selecting as a computer name. Whatever computer name will be there, that will be my log source identifier. So this is one of the criteria. Just I paste it and I using as a multiple installation factor. So now what will I do? I will just run this. Okay, now I will run this. This is just to give an idea that how to set up a multiple installation. You can say you can go for a network kickstart to install this particular WinCollect over the network in a multiple systems, or you can say you can tell them directly. Just you see, people don't know how to install and all. You can just give this particular batch file along with the WinCollect. Just tell them to run this batch along with the WinCollect. It's more or less it's quite easy for them. On double click, it automatically installed. Got it? See, it is asking. See, now it is finished.
Can you please repeat once again?
This one.
Yes, batch file how to install.
Yeah.
Batch.
Okay. See, something like. See, now this is my agent. See this one and this one. Okay. I kept it in a zip file. Okay. I'm doing some archiving. Add to archive. See, I'll do something archive and kept it in a zip file. Now it is zip. See both the thing. So see each and every you can say you just place this particular zip file, entire zip file in a you can say one web link, or you can say one file server, or you can say some link where you sorry just you placed in some FTP server to for your clients. For there are some 10 server owners are there, but they don't know how to install this particular WinCollect. So to avoid the confusion, or you are giving something like on click next, it will ask some meanings or something like, see this is a host name, you have to give some identifier, you need to give something like Curador name and all. To avoid that, you just double click, just you unzip and you will get both the files over in your folder. Just you double click, tell them your client to double click on the batch, that's it, it will automatically install without having any issue. Got it? This is some of the this is one of the way, and the other way is you just place a group policy, something like group policy, where you wanna run this batch file. Over there you are also first you will say them. First you will give something command like copy from, or you can say robocopy, your robo cp from some network shared location. Some there is a 155.1 some 0.55.120, there some location is there where you have kept your WinCollect that particular file. First you will copy that particular file to your source. So where do you save? 3.0.41 something like, see something like .exe to your system. So once you run this particular thing, you will be stored in C10. Suppose you storing at this location. So once GPO will run something like this, it will copy according to this WinCollect batch, it will copy this particular file to your C10, then followed by, along with this particular batch file, followed by it will run according to this particular GPO. Then you can also execute some run command over batch file, exe file on it. So you can run this batch file on a GPO. So you can install through GPO also. At the same point of time, you can wrap these two in a MSI. This is the exe file, this is the batch file. You both can wrap as a MSC file by using MSC wrapper. Over there you can give the some statement that you run wincollect.bat on get on that on MSI installation. So you can run that by using so many different methodologies. You can use as a you can say, you can now you can post this particular MSI file over a SCCM, or you can say WSUS through you to your system, or you can say in your network, and it will be go to each and every network area, you can say endpoint, it will automatically install in the systems. So that is possible. So again you need to tune. See, I'm giving a basic kickstart how to do the thing. So you need to have some, you need to add some mechanism. You need to add something like install, there is a command called install and all. So you need to use those commands, basic commands. There is nothing specific. So you need a basic development skills to have this. You can throw any exe file over the network with this basic setting. See, this is what called, this entire is a WinCollect installation command. So you can run along with your exe file. See, these are the parameters you are giving. So once you are running, you have to give some options like this. See, whenever you are running this installer, you have to give some specifications. You can say there you need to use some this is a HR laptop, this is a Curador identification. You are giving some switches, you are giving some options to that particular exe file. So without that, you are giving some batch file. Over the, you are giving the command with all these facilities. See, you are giving some switches, is a verbose, and is a folder where you want to install, and what are the things that you want to use as a, you can say this is a destination server, this is a host name, and these are the log source identifier, this is the port, this is the protocol IP, and you can say protocol is the pool interval and something like. See, there are so many options are there. You can use like. So this is for basically network kickstart, or you can say if clients may not know the thing, then you can place in some you can say on a web link or FTP link or some share link. Over there they will just download it and just they will unzip and they will run the batch file manually. On the running of batch file, automatically it installed. This WinCollect will install without asking anything. Got it?
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So after the installation, we need to look back our QRadar. We need to go back and see. I think by the time the entire thing has been moved away, I think we'll see. See, on a log activity, what happens first? Whenever there is a log entered into the system, what happens first? So by first and foremost, what is my source IP? IP config. So there are so many IPs are there. Sorry guys. So this is one IP, this is one IP, this is one IP, and this is one IP. I have multiple IPs. But here what is my IP? My IP will be 154.1. Why 154.1? Why? Because my QRadar is only talking to me on host only server, on host only, IP address only. Okay. So if you check first, by after adding this particular log source, you check by using add filter. First and foremost, first activity is to you wait for some time, something like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. After that, you check with this parameter. First and foremost, the activity should be check whether the logs are coming or not. How to check? Just add a filter over here. Check what it means source IP. Source IP. You can say it is a source IP where your logs are coming. What is my source IP? 192.168.154.1. And again I am saying this is the first time only. Why? Because till the time your logs are not getting understand by QRadar, it will show source IP, destination IP as same. Okay, as a log source IP. So I will check add filter. See, now I'll go back. So I have added a filter, something called source IP. Now I will go back and check last 10-15 minutes or 20 minutes. So I have waited for I have waited for some 20 minutes, something like after 30 minutes. So I will check for last 30 minutes. Is there any logs with respect to this source IP? I'll check. See, there are some logs. But there are, see, if you go and see, there is something called SIM audit and there is something called SIM generic. See, SIM audit is by default by localhost. That means it's the logs by QRadar only. If you see anything followed by localhost, that means the logs of QRadar only. That is the local logs. So you need not to worry about these logs. Whenever you see at the end localhost, that means the log source is of QRadar itself. That means the local logs. And there is something called SIM generic log. Though it is giving localhost, it is giving some SIM generic log. Whenever there is a log come from any of your system, first and foremost, it will hit like SIM generic log DSM only. Okay, you need to understand this one, and it will give something like unknown logs. First and foremost, it will give something like unknown logs. Why? Because QRadar does not know what is the log is. It not parsed till your DSM. Your DSM has not yet parsed. It is coming as a raw log. Now it is not able to understand what is the actual log, whether it is a Microsoft log, whether it is a Linux log, whether it is a something XYZ log. By default, it is understanding generic log. By default, it will go to first generic DSM. There are multiple DSMs are available. There are more than 350 major devices DSMs are available. But by default, whenever you are sending first time to this particular QRadar, it will select as a generic log DSM only. But when it will change it to the respective DSM? When? So we need more logs. To make QRadar understandable that this is the log of Microsoft. To make understand, we need to create, as this is a QRadar, sorry, this is a basic system, so it generally don't create more logs. So what will I do? I'll create some logs by do some by failing some activities. See, I'm using as a, see, I'll do some, I'm doing some failed activities by different user and different password, so that it will generate some logs. So I'm continuously generating some login failures, so that it should get some logs. Why? Because as it is a desktop, I can't create logs by directly. If it may be a service, then or it may be any server that may generate some logs, but in a generic endpoint, generally it don't create any kind of logs. So I have done so many login failures, followed by I'll create some user, followed by I'll create some local user, so that it will show there users. I'll create some user, something like Vishnu. Okay, I'll give some password. Oh my God. Okay, I'll do one thing again, I'll disable it. So I'm doing some activities so that we can make the system understand that there are some logs are generating. Sorry, it's my system. I forget to just, I'll disable. I'll add it to some administrator group, so that అయిపోయింది వస్తున్నా. So something like I did so many activities so that logs may generate it. So we'll go back and see on the system. So I'll go back again and check for another last 15 minutes activity, so that that's just back only. I have done so many activities. So I did so many activities each and every time. See, till here after, I think there are total 92 items out there. You go back on third number, you get all unknown events. See, there are all unknown events, followed by number 2, all unknown events. There are 40 unknown events followed by unknown events. See, these are not this is again, I said, this is the audit logs by sim user, and this one is different. See, source is different, this is different, but you can say all unknown logs. But after some point of time, it understands that it is a Windows laptop and it is a log source is HYD HR laptop. Are you understand? Now the meaning of this particular sim generic log now transferred into Microsoft security log. Okay, it automatically understand, it parses so many events. See, it parses around 70-80 events to each and every DSM. So that 350 DSMs are available, so it passes through each and every DSM. Out of one is called Microsoft event, that is security log, which has got this particular event got through. Each and every property start getting understand by that particular DSM. So now we go and see in an admin tab, there is a tab called log sources. Okay, just double click over here and you will find something called, there is a log source automatically discovered. See, wait, it's taking some time. See, this particular system got automatically understand, and the identifier is HYD HR laptop. Already I told you, on the basis of this only it will detect. And the log source type, if you see over here, the type, see, the type is Microsoft Windows Security Event Log. This is what called DSM. This type gives the DSM model. Okay, this is a Microsoft Windows Security Event Log DSM, and the log source identifier is HYD HR laptop. So if you go and see in the events on a log activity, if you double click over here, see in the bottom itself it is giving, see this is the start of the message, and I said the time is now, and the followed by the this HYD HR laptop. This is what called log source identifier. If you wrap text, this will be the till time and HYD HR laptop till this location is called start of the message and end of the message. Here you can understand this is the event collection time and this is the log source identifier, followed by the entire thing is log of Microsoft. Over here you can come to know this is the device a Windows log, and the source is Microsoft Windows Security Auditing log, and the computer is from here. See, this is my source, this is my computer name, and this is my computer name, domain, and everything. It will start giving so much of information over there. See, this account name is Lavish. If you see, this is my command. If you check, this is my user. See, Lavish is my user. You can check here. So like that, the logs will be come and understand, followed by you can get so much of information over here. We will discuss about each and everything logs. So this is the way to integrate the logs. So first and foremost, you need to install in a system as a standard method or a managed method. We will see tomorrow how to do the things, but the standalone method you have it first. Check the connectivity between your system and the QRadar. So once it is done, you just install by using WinCollect agent. I told you how to download and all. Just double click, and followed by you have to check some of the options. So though the options are looks very small, but it has so much of meaning. If you are asking for any interview and all, the people will ask what is the log source identifier, from where you will identify and all those things. So you can identify in a logs, after the date time you will get the log source identifier in a payload. Whatever you are talking in an event, if you go and see, still it is giving some unknown. Why? Because it is yet to be added properly. It will take some time to understand exactly. So whenever you see the log, see unknown logs is something else. See, unknown log is giving some other log source. See, as it is a heartbeat data. It will take some time to understand even. So like this, you can able to integrate your standalone based WinCollect. So we'll discuss further more tomorrow with respect to Windows managed, as well as how to reconfigure your standalone version. Okay, there's an option called standalone reconfigure version is there. See, we have configured everything. How to change the address? Suppose your QRadar IP has been changed. Is it the only way to uninstall and reconfigure, or you wanna add it to multiple QRadar? You have 2 QRadars in your organization. How to configure? So you have configured only one IP now. By default, you have only one option to send it to one location, but you wanna configure now to multiple location. You wanna send it to multiple QRadars. How can you send? You think that you have a 2 event collectors at one location and another location as a primary and secondary QRadar. You want to send it to both the QRadar event collectors. So how it is possible? It is not possible by using a this front end. There is another method called standalone patch. This patch will help out to reconfigure your available QRadar. Okay, we will talk about those things in tomorrow's class. So I have a small party, so that I need to move on to that party. Please give space to me. Thank you so much for the day. So any doubts?
Thank you, Vishnu.
Yeah. Any doubts?